2023 Billboard Music Award nominee for Top Rock Album and Top Rock Artist. 2024 Grammy nominee for Best New Artist. 2024 Brit Award nominee for Best International Song. Raised on a 133-acre tree farm in Vermont. Welcome to Bespoke Folks and Tales, where we combine the entertainment of storytelling with the fun of trivia. We tell trivia stories inside out. Do you know who I'm talking about? Let's go! He's the Jewish Ed Sheeran, the hairier Harry Styles, or my personal favorite, the folk Malone. Whatever you call this artist, there's no denying he's a growing presence in the indie folk pop scene. Though still a young man, his love affair with music began while most kids are still learning to read. By the age of 8, he was already posting to YouTube and growing his following, an endeavor his parents supported. As he grew, he realized that the anxiety and emotions he released into his songs were things those around him also felt. By the time he graduated from high school, he already understood he'd have a music career, or he'd be homeless. He wasn't a knucklehead. He'd been accepted at Tulane University, but it just wasn't what he wanted to be doing. His focus was elsewhere, so much so that he crashed a car while working as a valet. Oops! Instead, he practiced at the local cafe for stage time. Being from a small town of roughly 1,000 people, there wasn't a lot of opportunity. The manager was routinely the only person in attendance and would ask him to turn it down. On any given week, he'd maybe play for 15 people. Not that they necessarily wanted him to play. They were more likely there for their refreshments. Having started at such a young age, though, he was already catching the eye of the music industry. Within 2 years, he signed his first record deal. Immediately, he went from playing for 15 people in a week to thousands. Just as his music career looked to be taking off, the pandemic lockdown sent him back home to Vermont. He used the time to continue writing new songs. But stepping back into the studio, refreshed and energized, that next album didn't attract nearly as much attention as he would have liked. What's a fella to do? He returned to the medium he trusted most, social media. He uploaded snippets of a new song he was working on to TikTok. Breadcrumbs, tasty little morsels that were just enough to whet the appetite. This new song was closer to his heart. More folksy than pop, it went viral before the full song was even released. His small-town roots, especially that 133-acre tree farm he grew up on, would be the inspiration. And it stuck to listeners in a new way. Authentic, deep, soulful. It was catchy without being annoying. Relatable without being bland. Instinctually, people understood what Stick Season was about. From that point onward, fellow artists came calling wanting to collaborate. The real Post Malone, Casey Musgraves, and Hozier all came knocking at Noah Kahan's door. He'd be nominated as a Best New Artist and one of Time magazine's Time 100 Next list. Noah continues to tour, spreading his message of authenticity and connection through his music. Despite the challenges of the pandemic and the ever-changing landscape of the music industry, Noah Kahan remains steadfast in his commitment to creating meaningful art. With each performance, he shares a piece of himself with his audience, inviting them to join him on a journey of introspection and emotional resonance. At what point did you know who I was talking about? Drop me a comment below if you knew it was Noah Kahan, and I'll see you next time on Bespoke Folks and Tales. If you liked that video, you'll love this one. Check it out!